Have you ever felt like you're just running on a financial treadmill? You know, you're working hard, maybe you're even getting raises, but you just can't seem to get ahead. Well, it turns out there are these invisible traps all around us, kind of designed to keep the middle class right where they are, financially stuck. So let's dive in and really uncover what's going on here. So let me ask you this. What do you think is the single biggest threat to your wealth? I mean, is it a stock market crash, a recession, some big scary headline you see on the news? The answer, well, it's probably a lot closer to home than you think. The real threat, it isn't some huge, dramatic event. Nope. It's the quiet, daily financial habits that we don't even notice we're doing. Think of them like the small leaks that can sink a massive ship over time. And today, we're going to put them right under the microscope. To make this all feel a bit more real, let's meet Alex. Now, Alex could be any one of us, right? They work hard, they earn a respectable income, and they feel like they're doing all the right things. But Alex is about to walk into a series of financial traps completely unaware. Okay, so the first and maybe the most common trap is something called lifestyle creep. And this one is incredibly sneaky, mainly because it often feels like you're just rewarding yourself for all your hard work. So, what is it exactly? Well, lifestyle creep is when your spending expands to consume every single extra dollar you earn. You get a raise, and then, almost like magic, your expenses rise right along with it. It leaves you in the exact same financial spot as before, just with more stuff. And this is where it all starts. Alex gets a promotion, that extra income. It should mean more savings, more investing, more financial freedom. It feels like progress. It feels like you're finally moving up in the world. But then, look what happens. Just a few months later, that raise has vanished. It's been soaked up by a slightly nicer car payment, a few more subscription services, maybe eating out a little more often. Alex isn't saving more, they're just spending more to feel the same. That gap between earning and spending, it's just gone. And this is just the brutal truth of it. You don't get ahead. You just get comfortable being broke at a higher salary. That feeling of financial stress is still there, it's just happening in a nicer apartment now. Okay, let's move to the next trap and see how this all builds on itself. The debt treadmills. These are cycles that are basically designed to make you feel like you're managing your money, when really, you're just running in place. A classic example is the car payment treadmill. You know the one. The dealer says, hey, we can get you into this newer, better car for a lower monthly payment. And it sounds like an amazing deal. But the reality is, they just stretched your loan from 5 years to 7. So yeah, you pay less per month, but you're paying for way longer, and the total cost just explodes. You never get to that point where you actually own the car and can drive payment-free. And then there's the minimum payment illusion on credit cards. That small $60 payment, it feels totally manageable, right? But just like an iceberg, the real danger is what you can't see. It's a trap, and it's calculated to keep you in debt for as long as humanly possible. The math here is just, it's staggering. If you have a $3,000 debt and you only pay the minimum, you will end up paying back almost $5,800. That's nearly double the original amount, and it could take you over a decade to pay it off. Your tiny payment is just feeding the interest monster, while the actual debt barely budges. Okay, so let's say you're avoiding debt. That's great, and you're diligently putting money into a savings account. But that can lead you right into the next trap, the savings illusion. This is the mistake of thinking that saving alone is enough to build real wealth. So, here's the crucial question. Is just putting money aside in a standard savings account the right strategy for your future? I mean, in a world with inflation, money that isn't growing is actually losing value every single day. This chart really shows the devastating cost of what's called the retirement delay. Just look at this. Someone who starts investing just $200 a month at age 25 ends up with over $500,000 by retirement. But if they wait until they're 40 to start with that exact same amount, they barely break $200,000. That 15-year delay costs them over $300,000. Why? It's the magic of compound interest. And the one thing it needs more than anything else is time to work. Okay, I know we've seen the traps and it can feel a little overwhelming. But now we're going to flip the script. We're going to shift from defense to offense. Let's talk about how to build a financial fortress that can actually withstand all these threats. And hey, if you've fallen into any of these traps, you are so not alone. A global S&P survey found that only 1 in 3 adults worldwide are considered financially literate. This is a massive issue, which means the solutions are something we can all learn and apply together. So what's the goal here? It's not about being rich. It's about achieving financial well-being. The U.S. Consumer Financial Protection Bureau puts it this way. It's about meeting your obligations, feeling secure, and having the freedom to make choices that let you enjoy life. That's the fortress we want to build. The core idea behind this whole fortress is financial resilience. This is your ability to handle both the things you can plan for, like retirement, and the things you can't, like a sudden job loss or a medical emergency. It's about being prepared, not just about being wealthy. And here's the blueprint. These are the 6 pillars of that fortress. It starts with taking control and watching your spending. That's how you beat lifestyle creep. It means building a financial cushion for emergencies. It's about planning for the future and actively going after your goals. That's how you beat the savings illusion. And finally, it's just about being aware of the world around you. And here's Alex again. But look, this time, they're not stressed or celebrating some temporary raise. They're confident, they're secure, and they're protected. They've stopped falling into traps and have actually started building a real strategy for their future. So I'll leave you with this one question to really think about. Every dollar you earn and every dollar you spend is a brick. The only question is, are those bricks building a fortress that gives you freedom and security? Or are they building a beautiful prison of debt and stress? The choice is yours.